So this is what I wish I learned a long time ago when I started to first build my makeup collection and my makeup bag, is how to do a makeup audit. Sometimes I feel like we're almost being run by the products that we have or by the makeup in our bag rather than it being kind of the way it's supposed to be, which is we are using makeup as tools. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what is a makeup audit, how to do it, and how it completely changed the way that I look at my makeup bag. So take a seat at your makeup vanity, grab your makeup bag. We're going to be diving into some of your favorite products, the products that you use all the time, and possibly some products that are actually holding you back. So you might be thinking, what is a makeup audit, Amanda? And what is more of a makeup declutter? I love decluttering makeup. I do a lot of decluttering on my channel, but a makeup audit and a declutter are pretty different, and it comes down to the actual purpose. The purpose of a makeup audit is to actually assess what you have. So think of a declutter as a pantry clean out, whereas a pantry inventory is kind of the makeup audit. I think the makeup audit gives us the insights that declutters are often missing so that we can actually become more intentional about our future purchases. Having, a clear makeup bag or products that you only love, this can kind of be hard to maintain because the insight and the reflection piece is often missing. So we get back, we declutter, oh, I didn't like this color. Oh, I didn't like this product. Had we taken a step back and looked at why those products didn't work, what problems those were actually trying to fix, we kind of are doomed to keep purchasing products that are not going to work for us. And love a practical declutter, but I think the makeup audit is the missing piece that no one is really talking about. So let's get into the makeup audit, shall we? Now, some of you might know I have quite a hefty makeup collection because of the work that I do here on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a makeup audit on more of a smaller scale of products I'm using more in my everyday makeup bag. Even auditing a portion of your makeup collection, especially products that you're using a lot, can be incredibly insightful. So number one, we are gathering the product. Gather as much product as you can, but we're really striving for in this video progress over perfection. So now that we've kind of gathered what we have, we're going to now set an intention. I know this might sound kind of woo-woo, but I'm telling you guys, for me, it kind of gives me a sense of accomplishment throughout the entire task, and it really keeps me on track and kind of grounded throughout the makeup audit. So you might be thinking, "Oh, what kind of intention?" This is the one that I wanted to use for this video. My intention is I will be curious, compassionate, and thoughtful about why I have what I have. You could absolutely use this one. I highly recommend it. Again, we're moving into our makeup bags with an element of curiosity and compassion. Makeup is so emotional. We buy makeup for a variety of reasons. A lot of them, whether we realize it or not, kind of cut down deep into our soul. Sometimes it's very light, fun makeup purchases. Other times you can hit something that just like cracks you open. That's why I like to go in with an intention of just being curious and letting the makeup kind of speak to me. Step two, we're gonna take all this makeup out. This works best, I think, on like the floor. Just like dump your makeup out on the floor, on a big table. Part of the reason I wanted to do just a makeup bag is that, because of the table that I have. Personally, for me, in my everyday life, I would not turn on all these lights and do a makeup audit like this. I would just throw my makeup on my bed, on the floor, and get a good look at what I have going. Even from this, even in the first step, you will start to notice what your eye is gravitating towards. You're going to start separating these products into categories. So think like base and concealer, priming step. Step three, and this is one of my favorite steps, and it's something that kind of was born out of this idea of progress over perfection. You're gonna take a picture of your makeup collection or your makeup bag, all of the items separated into categories of what you actually have. You could have the spreadsheet, you could have the Excel sheet with the brand, the shade name, all of that. And if that sounds amazing to you, I highly recommend keeping an inventory of the makeup that you have. But it takes very little time to put your makeup out on the floor, categorize it, and just take a picture. so that the next time you're in store, the next time that you're making a purchase online, already have a general snapshot of your makeup collection as a whole. This is the most realistic way of actually having a makeup inventory. I think it's so easy to have, again, this grand perfectionist idea of what a makeup inventory or a makeup bag would even look like. But what I know I could actually keep up with is an album in my phone of the makeup that I actually own and have. Now, step 4, we're gonna start making subcategories of the categories that we already have. And this is really going to vary person to person. I want you to kind of pick the subcategories that actually mean something to you. For some people, it might make sense to lump all of their eye products together, like eyeshadow, mascara, liner, all of that kind of thing. But I actually view different subcategories of eye makeup very differently. For me, I like to kind of separate out the more utilitarian eye products like my eyelash curler, my mascara, and because these products I'm not switching out as much, and they are products that I kind of reach for over and over and over. Whereas with eyeshadows, single eyeshadows, palettes, these are products that are way more in flux. I'm trying out more. They feel like more fun products to me and less, again, utilitarian. So to me, it makes way more sense to kind of separate out the eyeshadow as its own thing. In fact, I wanted to give a quick shout out to this one. This is the Novo eyeshadow, and it is the one that I'm wearing in today's video. It's the shade 01, and it is just, it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I've just been really enjoying that eyeshadow. I haven't tried a lot from this brand, but if you guys have, please leave me a comment and let me know what products I should try next. Another example of this might be that you have a lip balm within your makeup bag. You are not really applying that other than as a prep product or when you go to bed at night. For me, there isn't as much use in categorizing that as a lip oil or a lip gloss or putting that with your lip products because it's not necessarily serving the same function as those other lip products that you have. So kind of dive in and get creative and introspect on what products feel the same to you. Step 5, we're gonna start getting into reflection on all of these categories of makeup. This is actually the first episode of a course that I have on my website. And if you'd rather just go through a PDF of reflection questions during a makeup audit and have just like a step-by-step guide, I'm gonna leave a link down below to that PDF and to my website. It's completely free, by the way. But we're also gonna walk through some of the reflection questions here right now. General questions about all of these categories of makeup might be like, what category of makeup am I most excited about? What one am I not excited about? What category of makeup has the most things and which has the least and why? What finishes and formulas do I reach for the most in each category? This is different than the question of what do I have the most of? It's what am I reaching for the most out of in these formulas and starting to notice the patterns that expand past these categories. I am reaching for a lot more powder products than typical for me. Even looking at these formulations, the products that I'm reaching for a lot and pulling from and kind of piling into this makeup bag, way more powder heavy than typical. I have 2 powder bronzers, 2 just face powders in general. 3 of these eyeshadows are essentially pressed glitter powders. And out of all of the lip products, a lot of them lean matte. So I personally found that very interesting within this makeup audit, just the products that I'm reaching for the most and wanting to use. And I think the big ironic piece about this as well is that the cream products that I do have in here, like this matte beauty blush wand from Charlotte Tilbury, this product I am using not really a lot, period. So that is definitely something that I'm noticing as well. So am I reaching for matte products across all categories? Cream, powder, thin, or not? And now into step 6, we're gonna dive even deeper. And for me, these are the questions that really kind of break open the entire makeup routine. Not only our makeup bags, but why we are using these products. Very basic questions would be, When's the last time I used this? And when is the next time I see myself using this? Is the price that I paid for this item equivalent to the performance that I'm getting? Something that I think is really important is looking at makeup purchases not only at the price that you're paying for the initial item, but also cost per use. For some of your repurchases, it might actually be worth thinking back to how long it actually took you to run through that product, kind of the lifespan of the item, and are you pleased with that? You might find that you actually are and that you're really getting your most out of that repurchase, but you also might look back and say, it feels like I'm buying this one a lot. And that's also something to note. Something else that is great to notice within these subcategories and just the categories in general are duplicates. So I have 2 Hourglass glossy balms in here. I have 2 of the Tower 28 Make Waves mascaras. I have 2 of the Scattered Lights from Hourglass, and I have 2 of the Anastasia Brow Wizzes in here. I think that doubles of the same products from the same line or from the same brand, this is often a great indicator of a comfort product. If it does make sense, write them down on a piece of paper. Duplicate products can be a big opportunity to try something new, but it can also be an indicator of a formula that is very comforting for you, that is dependable. And for me personally, I love to be able to look at a makeup bag and have at least 1 or 2 steps that have very dependable products within them. So I always know that the Anastasia Brow Wiz is going to give me a good brow look. The glossy balms from Hourglass are always going to feel nice going onto the lips. The Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, I've rarely had a bad lash day with it. You guys can see here, and something that actually I've become kind of known for on my channel, and it's kind of coming out within this makeup audit, is that I absolutely tend to value products that are dependable and consistent over like turning over my makeup collection very quickly. I need to review new products in order to like sustain my channel, but both can be true at once. I tend to gravitate towards very consistent products, but I also have other products that I need to try in order to keep things fresh. So even right now during my own makeup audit, I'm kind of reaffirming a lot of my makeup beliefs here. And this is one of my favorite questions to ask during the makeup audit is why did I buy this product to begin with? What was its purpose? Is it serving that purpose? And if it's not, what do I wish was different? This to me is a huge core question that declutters are often missing. I'm just going to use an example because I have this right in front of me. This is the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. I initially bought this product because I was hoping for a very glass skin effect. I wanted the purpose to be that my skin looked glassier, very dewy, and that my makeup in turn would look more fresh. And at the end of the day, it does serve that purpose very well. But in the process, the texture became so uncomfortable on my skin, so heavy and thick and gloopy and greasy, that even though this did serve the purpose I hoped it would, it brought about a completely separate problem that I would need to also have a solution for. So it did not make my life easier the way that I was hoping it would. Another follow-up question to this might be, is when you think about the problem that this product was trying to solve for you, how uncomfortable is that problem actually for you? I love this question because it kind of hits on both the kind of utilitarian aspect of a lot of our makeup items, but it also kind of cuts down to more of the emotional core, kind of in the same breath. A huge example of this for me is that I have deep set eyes, and when I was very young, I often looked tired. It was something that I would, very often be like, Amanda, what, did you get no sleep? Why are you so tired? In fact, I had gotten plenty of sleep, and that's just the way I was born. So when I'm looking at concealers, for example, that I'm using under my eyes, if a concealer is actually able to kind of lighten the hollows under my eyes, kind of reflect light in a way that makes them look less deep set, it makes me feel more confident. so that when that concealer has a little bit of creasing, that issue to me is way at the bottom of the list, when at more of the top of the list was that I'm actually kind of getting the coverage and the effect that I want. So if I have to kind of tap out a crease here and there throughout the day, that is fine with me. Another question I love to ask when looking at my different makeup products is a very general question, very Marie Kondo, is when I see my makeup item, how do I feel and how do I want to feel? You would expect a product like this Prada lipstick to kind of spark a sense of joy. It's very beautiful. It's a color that is gorgeous. This has not even been used. I put it in here to use it, but it just is not exciting me. And had I purchased this, I didn't purchase this. This was a product that was sent in PR. This is an item that I would say, what was this purchase trying to do for me? How quickly did I make that decision? Because had I purchased this product, I would be very interested in why, the reason that I picked it out, what kind of purpose and function it was serving for me, or what problem it was trying to solve, what emotion I was feeling at the time of purchase, all of that kind of thing. Because I feel really no one way or the other about it. When I see an eyeshadow palette, do I want to feel excitement? Do I want to feel a sense of creativity and curiosity? Or do I want to feel a sense of comfort, knowing exactly the kind of look that I want to do every time? Or do I like a lot of options, something that feels more freeform? Answering these questions are going to help you make better decisions in the future. Because again, if you buy this giant eyeshadow palette, every time you look at it, you feel overwhelmed, you will be able to see the new giant eyeshadow palette that comes out, and maybe it's even your favorite brand, but you better. And you know that that one would make you feel overwhelmed and actually take away your sense of creativity. So that kind of brings me into step 7. This is when we're going to talk about gaps, overlaps, and kind of future planning. We can reflect all we want about our makeup products, but this kind of step of the makeup audit is not only preparing us for a declutter, it also is preparing us for our next trip to Sephora, for the next time that we see something go viral on TikTok or on Instagram. So a very basic question might be, what feels missing? If anything, does anything feel missing? Does it feel like there is a certain makeup item that you still have been wanting, a certain color, a certain formula? Something else that I'm noticing is that shade-wise over here in complexion, my face concealer I've been using to pinpoint conceal is a little bit darker than my foundation. That is not ideal and something that we should, and definitely something to note. So again, there are a lot of practical takeaways from the makeup audit, but I think getting into like these deeper questions is what I really love. I think that this is a really good opportunity to actually see where the missing pieces are. Take note of the products that you're really excited to use now that you see them and you know that they're there. This is the really fun part about a makeup audit, right? Or going through your collection, is you can start to feel like your collection is new again when you actually see things that you're like, oh wait, I remember that I bought that. Like I really want to bring that back out and try it in a new way, or just use it more in general. What are the products that you feel automatically can go? Sometimes I feel like we don't even need to do a major declutter. When we are taking note and doing these makeup audits periodically, the declutter kind of happens on its own, and it doesn't need to be this giant process. This is one of my favorite questions to ask during a makeup audit, is what are the reoccurring problems that you are looking for solutions for when you purchase a makeup product? Again, sometimes it can be a very straight line, like my under eyes look dark, so I want a concealer that is going to help brighten my under eyes and make me feel the way that I want to feel. And by the way, I don't think that there is anything wrong with that. And we are approaching this kind of makeup audit with a sense of curiosity and not shame. There's nothing inherently wrong with wanting a lip plumper because you like your lips to look a little bit bigger. However, these questions, understanding the problems, the insecurities, or even the feelings that we're trying to chase when we purchase a certain product, I think can actually be incredibly empowering. For example, if I'm buying the Rhode lip balm because I want lips like Hailey Bieber, we all know that that's not going to happen. But I think even the people that want that aren't buying the Rhode lip balms consciously being like, this peptide lip treatment is going to give me lips like Hailey Bieber.
Hello, editing Amanda here. What I think I'm trying to get at here is that we are often making purchases, sometimes not on a very conscious level, maybe subconsciously. There are a lot of people that purchase the Rhode lip balms because they would like to imitate Hailey Bieber or be like her or have lips like her. But I don't think that these purchasing decisions are happening on a really conscious level. I think it's more of a subconscious kind of thing. And it can be really helpful and empowering when we take a step back and we look at the purchase as it is. And we even have that pause within the makeup audit where we're like, why did I want this? What purpose was it trying to serve me? And it just helps us, I think, make for a better makeup bag in the long run. And also a more realistic one. One that we're actually going to be happy with, that fits our lifestyle, that fits our personal preferences. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. But back to editing I go.
All taking a step back and then kind of like observing, sometimes for the first time, why we're buying what we're buying. Great question again is, what categories feel the most joyful? I didn't know what it said about me that the new Natasha Denona, the new like all matte mini palette, I've been trying it out recently. I felt such a sense of fun and joy from that palette. And it is a very, very basic, quote unquote, boring eyeshadow palette. I think it just goes to show you the way that we change, the way our preferences change without us even realizing it. And if I had that in this makeup bag right now, it would be one of the first products that my eye gravitated towards. It's finally now at the end of step 7. We're winding down the audit. Really good time to revisit that intention. Did you approach the activity with a bit of curiosity? Did you find new insights? A big question that I have been thinking about, something that really informs our makeup bags, the products that we want to declutter and not declutter, is not just the products that align with my preferences, but what products align most with me and my personal style. So I think that's going to be lesson 3, but my next lesson is going to be about decluttering and organizing my makeup collection. I hope that if you did the audit with me, that you feel a little bit more in control of your makeup bag, that you feel more prepared for a declutter, for a future purchase. I'm also going to attach, again, my course down below, as well as the audit guide, the PDF. So I'll have that down below as well. And overall, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in my next one.